my Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to your Timeless Chakra Reading. I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials. I'm not bad. It's just spelled that way. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different books with a 3rd one on the way. The first one is called Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch. The second one is called Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. Words of Grace has a Kindle version available and a link in the description box that when clicked, you can preview it for free. The first chunk of it, including the table of contents, you'll see it is primarily divided into chakra chapters. It's a chakra reading. You may find it of use. The only place to find the original version of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, which is a Fellini film fest considering how much we had to edit for the Kindle version, as well as the only place to find spell ingredients from a Professional Witch would be over on patreon.com/Drawing the Circle in our digital shop. We've got ebooks, we've got audios, we've got videos, classes, workshops, meditations, the whole 9 over there. And they have free previews for the audios and the videos now, so you can watch a 2-minute clip, dip a toe if you like. Some of my subscribers get those ebooks, audios, and videos as part of their subscription package. Our top tier Gods and Goddesses gets everything, but the majority of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. A daily check-in. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link, so we chat with each other about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a little spiritual practice, something to send us on our way. And it's the best way for this witch to start the day, considering what I do for a living 27, what is it, 24/7, 365, yeah, something like that, and a quarter. I love what's going on over there. They get the daily check-ins, they get the extended readings, my subscribers, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my timeless readings, extended readings are timeless. Strike that, reverse it, Willy Wonka. And they're all relationship stuff based, as well as they also get a significant discount when they book me for private sessions, which is a spiritual counseling or a reading, sometimes a half and half. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want more info. And you can follow us for free, putting out more and more content for my free followers, though my subscribers get to see that stuff too, as well as you can 7-day free trial us as a seeker or a human. Our first 2 levels of subscription, you can jump out the last day, that's fine, but if you want the discount for a private session, you got to stay for at least a month and book me in the month, because that's just fair. And I love it. The digital shop is really cool, and now that my entire back catalog is uploaded and there for sale, I'm looking forward to doing more and more of that the year ahead. So if you feel so drawn, if you feel so called, click the link, follow us for free for a bit, and come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. These cards are not playing well, but you can just call me Mal. The guidance that I got before hitting the record button was to take this one slow and steady. This could be a long one, but it's still the same amount of cards as every other one that I've done so far and will continue to do in this series. So we'll do some explanation for the new Capricorns and the cross watchers, and then we'll jump into the divination. If you've heard it all before, feel free to skip ahead. You got to stay grounded for this one. I think this is a very high vibe read. So welcome, new Capricorns and cross watchers. We are doing a chakra read, but not 1 card per chakra, considering I work with the 8th chakra system that I learned from Caroline Myss, MYSS, the PhD, one of my favorite spiritual teachers on planet Earth. I learned about the 8th chakra really from her in her book Anatomy of the Spirit. We're using her archetype cards, which is based on her work in Sacred Contracts, both incredibly transformative works for me personally. That's why I talk about her so much. So we will be getting 1 Caroline Myss archetype to represent the archetype, reason, season, or lifetime that's hovering in your 8th chakra. The 8th chakra acts like a satellite, and it sends down the codes, if you will, to all the other chakras underneath it, shifting what we attract and what we repel in our electromagnetic fields, and we're pretty much unaware of all of that stuff, right? So we'll see what the alchemy is there, from shadow to light, lead to gold. We'll talk about that when that card hits the table. We'll look at the next 4 chakras down: the crown, the third eye, the throat, and the heart. The internal, yin-ternal, feminine energy, goddess energy with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, a feminist goddess deck. Yeah, see, they keep telling me, slow down. What does a yellow light mean? Slow down. So yeah, we'll get one of those there for the internal chakras, the external chakras, the solar plexus, sacrum, and root chakras, the masculine yang dynamic, looking at yourself from the outside, you from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things. Relationships in the physical world. We'll be getting one mythic tarot for that, which is all Greek mythology, which is my favorite language. And those will take care of those 8 chakras, so we will then get a Whisper of Love from the Whisper of Love Oracle. This deck consecrated to the higher selves of all involved, so not just the Capricorn and the Crosswatcher, but anybody else who might be involved in any of this. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra card to give you something to focus on, something to work with, right? Because these readings are about healing. Yes, physical healing, possibly. General read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, apply as needed, and repeat. Could be emotional healing, mental healing, spiritual healing, healing your finances, healing your relationships, because we even have a relationship to gravity, so it's all about relationships. So we will get one of those to bring it all together from the Ascended Masters. So I think that's the explanation. Let's get down into the divination. The shift from explanation to divination for me happens in the still point repeatedly, as you will see if you are new. So both feet on the floor if you can. I'm going to try and slow this down because the energy is high. Focus on your breath, if you will, and I promise I will do my best to help anyone come into alignment, taking the inspiration all the way into physical manifestation for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives, in happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, animal, vegetable, and mineral, like all of us, for a better world, right? Just that deal right there. So enough. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will, and I will do my best to stay grounded, because, like I said, I'll do anything I can to help this world evolve. Shall we? Let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything. And everything in its place, put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved Pantheons of the Divine, one card in clarity, please, for the Capricorn Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their crosswatchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. What's going on in the 8th chakras for the Caps and the Crosswatchers, indicating the spiritual alchemy, the soul power being developed from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, so they shift from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and illusion to truth in this timeless chakra reading. Ooh, the Shapeshifter. Shapeshifters. It is a wild card family archetype of the 9 different archetypal families. I gotta say, the wild card, particularly with the Shapeshifter, you never know what you're going to get. Now, written here on the card is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. I call this lead and this gold, with 3 more atoms here than here on the periodic table of elements, and those atoms cannot be created or destroyed, only released, surrendered, forgiven, transformed, transmuted. I prefer the word alchemized because it covers all of that. So the shadow attribute Projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in this moment. And they're telling me somebody else got this. Scorpio got this. Ooh, okay. So projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. It's fronting, really. And this is the image they give me. So you're at this big party, right? You don't know a lot of people, all these different rooms. And in one room, the conservatives and the liberals are over there. And that group's over there. And that's great. And you just, whoop, chameleon, right? It's like, oh, right? It's got a hidden agenda, right? There's something there that you don't want people to know about, right? So Shapeshifter, Sam Merlot, the skill, the gold we're looking for here, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness. It's about meeting people where they're at most of the time without sacrificing authenticity, ability to see the potential in everything. Now, we know that can be what I call a blurse, a combination of a blessing and a curse, because I can see the potential. I'm clairvoyant, I'm wicked clairvoyant. I can see the soul, but not always the capacity of the personality to evolve the ego, right? So tricky, sticky there, but Shapeshifter, reason, season, or lifetime, it's either you watching or you, the one you are cross-watching for, is dealing with that. So since it's a wild card, you really expect the unexpected. So let's get that heart, third eye, crown dynamic on the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. And they're here. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none as we love it. So let it be done. My beloved goddesses, one card in clarity, heart, third eye, crown, internal goddess, feminine dynamic. What's going on? For the Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers. What do they need to be aware of to alchemize the Shapeshifter for this Timeless Chakra Read? Ten of Cups, the Ecstasy card. Told ya! Told you so. Told you so. Told you so. Inanna's House of Heaven. Now, if you look up Inanna, the different spellings, but this spelling is I-N-N-A-N-A. Inanna's House of Heaven, that is the story of Inanna and her sister Ereshkigal. Inanna has to go down into the underworld and embrace her dark side, right? So if you have been doing shadow work, if you have been doing the emotional healing work, call it what you will. This is your cups overflowing. Ten of Cups is my true love card, right? So whether this is romantic or not, who knows? There are only two cards on the table, Shapeshifters, right? But definitely your heart is full, right? And that is our natural state underneath it all. The sun never goes out. It just gets obscured by clouds, right? So the clouds have parted on the inside, and this is a full open heart. This feels lovely. Let's look. What's going on? Outside in, looking at yourself. Inside out, you're looking at people, places, and things. Can be both. And this is oftentimes where this is about the cross-watcher, meaning that the reading is about the cross-watcher, but in their relationship to, in this case, the Capricorn they are cross-watching for. Please, take a nice deep breath. Still point. My God's override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all. With harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. My beloved gods, please, one card in clarity, lower three chakras, outside in, inside out, relationships in the physical world, masculine dynamic, yang dynamic, for the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading to help them alchemize the Shapeshifter in the 8th with the Ten of Cups on the inner in this Timeless Chakra Read. Ooh, Seven of Swords. Sneaky. Going on there makes sense with the Shapeshifter. There are very well maybe hidden agendas going on here. outside in, inside out, and maybe both. Now look, if this is a romantic thing, if it's like a first date deal, I get it. It's like you don't tell them everything. A little mystery goes a long way, and a lot of mystery goes further in my experience as a mystic, right? It's very, very magnetic. You may not be letting on about how you really feel, but Seven of Swords is often a card of self-preservation. Now, what does it mean to preserve something? Or like strawberry preserve, just off the top of my head, right? You pick the strawberries, you want them for a while, so you preserve them in some kind of sugar or something or other, right? So that you have them throughout the winter. It is freezing. It was like 5 degrees this morning here in Saratoga Springs, man. Woo, and I had to run an errand. So, you know, there is some protection there, but it's element of air. This minor arcana are things on the stage that we deal with, right? Little circumstances, you know, things like that. They're not major arcana, which are the major places, symbolically speaking, that we move through our life. Of course, the court cards, the people that we deal with. This could be a solo gig, right? This could be you really having this emotional breakthrough, but not really ready to talk about it yet. And that's why it can be a card of really thinking about your boundaries, right? Right? Traditional Rider Way, right? It's like skulking away but forgetting to, right? Well, so this is a moment to really say, okay, where do I need to set and readjust my boundaries? Oh, okay, my neighbor was like, what's going on out there? I can literally see out 2 windows here. So, you know, here I am behind my little Seven of Swords studio temple here, preserving the energy here. So this is lovely. Now, I do still feel like this is very high vibe. So let's ask the higher selves of all involved. Because when you alchemize the shapeshifter into the gold, because I have it kind of raised and it comes and goes as needed, but it's navigating higher levels of consciousness, right? So you can really see there's always a higher truth. And that higher truth, for instance, that you are true love, we all are. We're really lovely underneath it all, no doubt. So let's ask the higher selves of all involved. Little whisper of love in your ear here. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Higher selves override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love? To help the Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross watchers alchemize the Shapeshifter in the 8th, 10 of Cups on the inner, 7 of Swords on the outer for this Timeless Chakra reading. Romance, you guys got the second one. Who else got romance? Just because I know you want to know and you don't want to have to watch all the readings to see that. Where are you? Well, Scorpio, by the way, got the true love card, and Sagittarius got the romance card. Yeah, so all right. So this is a yay! Location, romance. Lavish the one that you love with your personal affection and attention. It says attention and affection, but they look similar. So, look, you know, you got a romantic read. You and Sagittarius. And you saw me, I shuffle, even though it was the last reading I did, that was yesterday. And, you know, you watched me shuffle the cards and I pre-shuffle before I record. That's how I know they're the right cards to hit the table at least. So, look, romantic situations. How many times have we incarnated on this planet still working on romance? Like, is there a happy, healthy, wealthy, wise version of romance? Yeah, because there's always a higher truth. So, you know, the journey of it, it's like if you're fronting or if they're fronting, do remember that when people experience that feeling of true love, Course in Miracles says it best, love brings up its opposite. And the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is fear. But that's the process of purification and embracing the shadow. Inanna's house of heaven on the inner. So it's understandable, right? So what does it mean to lavish your attention on someone? It doesn't mean you think about it. It's not obsession. It is that thing of I'm gonna give them attention and see the potential in them, right? The potential to just be the best that they can be no matter what happens. That keeps you kind of loosey-goosey, right? And I know, like, most Capricorns can be very, very commitment-oriented, and I love Capricorns. I got a crush on the entire sign. I'm a Virgo, 4-planet second house, right? Leo rising, so in Taurus, the second house Taurus. So, you know, this is, I get it. If you want something that's, you know, enduring, right? Endurance is definitely a Capricorn thing, cardinal earth, something that can be built upon, something like the mountain, cardinal earth. Think of how much life grows in a mountain, on the mountain, through the mountain, right? So, but it's not a race, right? Not even a mountain goat runs up a mountain, right? I love this. I had a feeling, well, they said slow it down, and I think that's the message here as well. So, let's get this last card down. The Macon Healing Mantra is something to think about, right? And to create with here, to get to them higher levels of consciousness and see the potential in all, regardless if it's you, the cross-watcher, reason, season, or lifetime. Last card. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Master Override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved Ascended Masters, our beloved Ascended Masters, the beloved Ascended Masters, please. One card in clarity, the perfect and precise healing mantra needed, helpful to the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading to alchemize the shapeshifter from shadow to light, from lead to gold, from pain to peace, so it can shift from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and illusion to truth, with the shapeshifter in the 8th, Ten of Cups on the inner, Seven of Swords on the outer, in a romantic whisper of love situation here for this Timeless Chakra Read. Encountering conflict, I don't choose sides, I take a stand. So there is, well, it's romance. There's always a conflict, right? That's part of the hero's journey and the path of true love and all of that. So, you know, encountering conflict, particularly when it's internal. And it does feel like there's a bit of a conflict here, at least within one, if not both people involved here, unless there's more than two. Hey, you do you. Leave it on the dance floor in this life. Do what you gotta do, is what I say. So there is this stealth thing here, and that might be creating some conflict, particularly if intuitively you're getting really strong hits, and not that necessarily you're being gaslit, but that they're not ready, right? It's like maybe neither one of you are. So you don't have to choose sides. You take a stand for love. Encountering conflict, I mean, this I use so regularly. I don't choose sides, I take a stand. When conflict is encountered, two opposing viewpoints wrestle for a dominant position. That could be, I think I'm in love, I don't want to love, right? That, it can be internalized, right? Each hopes to achieve success by changing the other's viewpoint. If encountering conflict from a conscious standpoint, you may realize one of the greatest gifts you can offer is allowing others to be heard. In other words, lavishing your attention on them and just hearing them out. Not thinking about what you're going to say next, right? You may not agree with their argument, but you are embracing their needs simply by choosing to listen. When you listen instead of lash out, you are taking a stand for love. Here we go. This is making the decision to anchor your higher frequencies of light through the demonstration of your ethics, morals, and values instead of matching the unconsciousness of others with equal amounts of aggression. Capricorn. That's why I love it. Like, they'll find a hill and die on it if needed, right? If they're on it, right? You know, like a real healthy Capricorn vibe there. This mantra is ideal for settling arguments, unraveling passive-aggressive behavior. And unless you're unfamiliar with that, it looks like this. Oh no, go right ahead. I can't wait to hear what you say next. I grew up with that. And releasing the tendency to blame, right? Because blame puts the power outside of you where you can't do anything about it, right? What is repressed must be projected. But so whatever this Ten of Cups is, and you know, this is about romance in some way, shape, or form. I got to go with what hits the table here, but it's not like, well, Course in Miracles says, do you want a relationship to be a means or an end? And the ego wants it to be an end of loneliness and an end of arguing and an end of ever needing, who gets that? Where Course in Miracles says, when you see it as a means of growth, a means of change, a means of forgiveness and healing and miracles and learning, you become happier, healthier, wealthier, and wiser as you go, regardless of what the other person does. And I'm telling you that from personal experience over and over and over again. So if you are new to the channel, I end my readings with what is called a blessimation. It's a word we came up with on Patreon, and I love it. I love like those words, you smush them together. So we're going to do the blessimation, and then we'll talk about some cool stuff. But for right now, if you will, one more time, at least for this reading, please take a nice deep breath. Still point. May we end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. May they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and illusion to truth with the Shapeshifter in the 8th chakra, embracing their skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, particularly when encountering conflict, with an ability to see the potential in everything. With the Ten of Cups, their hearts are open. Crosswatcher or Capricorn, there is an ecstatic heart here that might very well be good on its own and really willing to take a stand for love, because there might be some things here on the sneaky shady side, as well as there could just be some self-preservation here, particularly when dealing with romance. But the guidance is help them lavish the ones that they love with their personal affection and attention, particularly when encountering conflict, and maybe not with anybody else outside, but with all the different thoughts, feelings, and experiences they have on the inside, so that they can know they don't have to choose sides. They can take a stand for love, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life, in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way. For a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, animals, vegetables, and minerals included. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So motivate. And so it is. I'm glad I slowed that one down. That felt lovely. If you liked it, please do hit the like button, the thumbs up. It helps other Capricorns find the reading. And come on, we need more of this on the planet. We've been working on this lifetime after lifetime for a very, very, very long time. And if you want more of me here on YouTube, subscribe. I'm not stopping. I love doing this. This is too much fun for me. I don't know if I'll ever stop. Well, my last day here. My last day on this earth is my first day of retirement. Let's put it that way in terms of this stuff. But if you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, come Patreon on Patreon. It is the coolest thing I've ever done, and I've done a lot of cool things. This is what the next book is about. It's the autobiography of my career for the Woo, up into the 25th anniversary of Drawing the Circle anyway. My subscribers, the majority of them get the daily check-ins, which I love doing. Cup of coffee, bathrobe, sitting on the couch, doing it from the laptop. So much fun. They get the extended readings. All the extendeds are timeless and relationship-based. So you might find that helpful too. As well as they get a significant discount when booking me for spiritual counseling and or a reading in private sessions. We'll talk about that in a minute. Remember, you can follow us for free. It does not cost a dime to be a free follower. I'm putting out what I am inspired to put out. A lot of audiobooks I've posted over there for the free followers, but the subscribers have access to them as well. You can 7-day free trial us as a seeker or a human. That's $3, $5. Jump out the last day, it's fine. I get it. Dip a toe, have fun with it. But if you want the discount, you got to stay for the month and book me within the month, because that's what's fair. As well as anybody can shop in the digital store. I love that my ebooks are there. I love that those audios that I did quite a while ago have a new home to be seen, and you can preview them, 2-minute clips. Same thing with the video content I have for sale over in the shop. Classes, workshops, some are 2 hours, some are 3 hours, right? There's a difference between a class and a workshop for me, but that's on there, and I love it. And I highly recommend it for anybody who's looking for some support for their own creativity to come into the world. And Capricorn, your cardinal earth, creative earth, and you can really build something over there, and we are building something over there, a lovely community. So click the link and check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon. Because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. You can just call me Mal. And if you would like to book me for one of those private sessions that I was talking about, there is a video that I made at the 25th anniversary of my company when I finally raised my prices after 25 years. And it is called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. We'll explain everything you need to know about booking your private session with me, although I have to make a new one this year because I moved. Like, for example, I'm doing readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs, right? You contact them directly. If you're local, we can do that. I will also eventually be taking clients here in my home. I have an office downstairs that we're still getting together, so that the person could just go right downstairs. I read them, but I want to get to know them first, because that's only fair as well, right? But the majority of the work that I do, and I say it over there in that video, oh, it's still there, is the majority of the work that I do is on Zoom recordings. I send my client a link. They come into the chat. We record the whole thing on video as the cards hit the table when the reading's over. I send them a link so they can download the entire reading so they don't have to take notes, right? And then they tell me they downloaded it, and I delete it from the cloud on Zoom. Confidentiality is key to me. It's one of the vows I took to the divine. I know how to keep it in a vault. I am a Virgo. Virgo power across your legs, right? And it explains why I charge what I charge, the Patreon discount. But the most important thing I say in that is that I have never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. That's not who I am. Where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch, so there's a way. We always work it out, and it's always for the best, even if it's pay it forward, which is rare, but does happen. So click the link, check it out, and book me for a private session, spiritual counseling, a reading, all on video if you like. Do Facebook Messenger too, whatever works. And book a private session with Mel, because I'll make the new video, but I'll keep that one up because it makes my mom laugh. That being said, a lovely read, a romantic read. You and Sagittarius got the same card, but Scorpio got the true love card. But true love card isn't always about romance either. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you got a piece out of this, and remembering everybody encounters conflict, but really the ability to not choose sides and take a stand for love is here. So I love you. You've got this. I believe in you. Slow and steady wins the race, and I'm really glad we slowed this one down. Wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed, my beloved Capricorns and Cross Watchers. Hang in there. You can do this. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.